Hey everybody, and I'm so glad you could be here. I'm going to show you tonight how to use the game Shelter in a living environment or science classroom. Now, I have actually done this with some success, and I'm looking forward to doing this again this coming year. It is going to be epic because it is an epic game of Badger family survival. Welcome to the stream, and hope everyone is doing well tonight or morning, whenever it is. So this is kind of like a PD on the fly. I did this presentation before on using Shelter as a way to engage kids and get them thinking about science in the classroom in a real way. So I'm looking forward to sharing that with you in this short segment. We will be playing through the game. I'm hoping to actually play the entire game through. So without further ado, I am Scott, 8th grade science teacher, and I actually taught this to 9th graders. You should be able to reach the bit.ly link there if you type it in. That should be live. If it's not, please contact me and let me know. I have a write-up on this on my blog at Full Sail Science, blogspot.com as well. So let's talk about this game. Shelter is a pretty straightforward game, and what we want to do is use it to provide a fun way to engage kids with the context. I don't need to tell you, right? I don't need to tell you that video games are a great way to engage kids. That should go without saying. That should be something you are familiar with by now. And I am really looking to find ways in this series of videos I am doing on science education through video games. They really showcase some games that you might be able to use in class that you can think about. Okay, and this one in particular deals with energy transfer and ecosystem. Here are all the NGSS and NISTLS standards, if you're in New York State, for how to go about doing that. All of these about the ecosystem and interactions between organisms and that energy and matter cycling in the environment. And I know that's a huge part of everyone's curriculum, and this is a good way to do it. So here is a statement or a question actually from the New York State Regents exam. Now, I don't want to get all caught up on testing, but this is the level of analysis and the reading level, right, that we need kids to be at in 9th grade in New York State. And it makes sense. There's some logical things in here that we need them to be able to pick out and make connections with, right? So frogs are predated upon by egrets. Egrets also eat fish. All right. Hey, what's up, Not Dylan? Great to have you here. I don't know who that other person was that was in here posting crap. But whatever. Good to see you in here. Or my chat box isn't working. So anyways, we have with this a real interesting thing to think about, and what my kids have trouble with on this, my students, when they read this statement, and you tell me if you have a little bit of trouble with this as well, that they have trouble drawing or like making the picture in their mind of what's happening, right? This is an abstract thing, right? They have to be able to do this abstractly. This is tough for them. So they have to be able to picture an egret, whatever that is, or a frog. They know what frogs are usually. Frogs are predated upon by egrets. Egrets also eat fish present in New York State ponds and lakes. Frogs eat insects living in around these lakes and ponds. If too many insecticides are used around lakes and ponds, what might happen to the egret population? right? So this is where we need to get them at. Now, the problem with this is all writing that you have to visualize in your head, right? And the best way for kids to be able to visualize in their head is to actually visualize it on paper first, right? I don't know about you, but if I was doing this, I would be writing this down. I'd be drawing, okay? And that's how I would figure this out. And then I would have to draw the arrows to show that energy of what's eating what to find out what would happen. All right, so there's a lot of steps to this, which it can make it really complicated for some students that have trouble with that abstract thinking. And they can get caught up on things like, what is an egret? You know an egret? I know what it is. Of course, it's a large predatory bird like a heron. Eats fish, frogs, but they might not know that. I remember I took a class outside once. We went to a pond in our campus, and the kid's like, what the heck is that? I'm like, it's a goose. It was a Canadian goose. They had no clue what a goose looked like. I don't know. I can't make this stuff up. The game itself is only that shared experience. So the game is not providing the content. And I think this is where a lot of educators get mixed up. They think that the game somehow is giving students content. That doesn't have to be the case. Sometimes it is, but it's not always the case that the game is going to give the content. Okay, it's not going to be that direct, this is an animal. The animal eats the plant, it does it for them. No, that's not what we're looking at here to do. What we want to have is the students use this and the teacher uses this as that shared experience, right? You want the kids to be able to have something to talk about and discuss. Okay, so with that said, right, the game provides no content whatsoever, right? In fact, the game is great because it doesn't provide that content, right? There's no writing in it at all. There's no language. There's no words. So I consider it a really great lesson when thinking about reaching all students on the same level. Anyway, so the game itself, Shelter, is available on Steam. I got it for $9.99. Sometimes it's less. I know they came out with Shelter 3, so that is available now. And what you do, and I don't need to tell you on Twitch this, but maybe if someone's watching this later on YouTube, Shelter, when you buy it from Steam. Steam is like a library of video games that you can download from there and buy them, and they have them on there, and you play them on your computer. And the way I have students do this is I have them play it in school on the screen. I think all of us at this point, have a large screen in our room, whether it's a large like Promethean board or a star board or a smart board, or it's just a projector projecting it. Bring in and I guarantee you there's an HDMI input on there. And all you really need is you need to have that HDMI out from your computer. And you can take that HDMI out, plug it into there, and you can play it offline. You don't need the internet. And this is the best part. You don't need to get your IT people's permission to go onto Steam, right? You are playing this, or the kids are going to play this offline on your device. So you do have to release some control on your own device. And this game it's not a graphics intensive game, right? You'll see. By the way, any questions, please just put them in the chat. Ask away. And if you're watching this later on YouTube, just put the questions down below. You have my other contact info. Please reach out, and I'll answer any questions about this at all to try to help you out so you can do it, because it is fun. And the way I had students do it is they took turns playing as the badger. Each student would get about 5 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes, depending on what's going on in the game. And some students are really into this. Some aren't gamers, believe it or not, and are happy just to sit back and watch. Now, you're not just watching, of course, right? That's not what we do, right? You are going to have the kids do something, of course. And here is the joy of the Freyer model, right? I love the Freyer model. And I do have a link to the Freyer model. Let me throw that up in chat. Let me copy that for you and throw it in there. Hey, Dash, what's up? Today we are talking about using Shelter in your science classroom. Have you ever used a Freyer model before? I'm getting into some real educational like dirt here. We're going to like plant some stuff and come up with some fruit to teach with here. So as students play the game Shelter, I have them then fill out this Freyer model. And as they play, they put Badger right here in the middle, right? Badger goes in the middle. And as we play through the game, they write down, and you can do this now if you want, right? Get your own link up. Write down what kind of food the Badger encounters, like what the environment is like, right? What things are around. Pretty much anything they can think of, they can put on there, right? There's grass, there's birch trees, there's the sun, there's clouds, any of those things about the environment. You know, you can tell them about biotic or abiotic. And we are going to play the game Shelter in a little bit. If you've never played it before, there are 3 shelters now. I've only played the first 2. I'm going to do the third one soon as well. But Dash, thanks for hanging out. And they also write down there's a lot of natural hazards as well in the game that students can write about. And of course, the adaptations. What adaptations do badgers have to live in their environment, or to deal with their natural hazards, or to get food? So all this kind of goes together. It's all about the badger. Kids won't naturally be able to do this very well. This is why you play a little bit for like 15 minutes, right? You stop and then you have a discussion. You talk about, after that first 15 minutes, what they saw for food, what was in the environment. And then as you go through the game, it gets a little bit more easier for them to keep up on it. Now, honestly, you might not play through the entire game. You got to gauge student interest, because students aren't just going to sit there and watch, each other play Shelter for 45 minutes. They might. But if your students are anything like mine, 13 and 14-year-olds, even if it's a video game, only have so much attention span. It doesn't go far, right? Unless it's Fortnite. It's only going to go so far, but it's the discussion where the learning really happens. So I think most people didn't come here just to watch me, blabber on and on about the educational bit going with the game. But this is Twitch, so we actually play games here. So we're going to do that. We're going to play a game. So fun times. Remember, if you have any questions, let me know. All right. Here we go. Shelter. Now, this game, I love it. It has its own really, a beautiful aesthetic to it. And the second game is no different. Sorry, trying to find where my chat went to. There it is. And the aesthetic on it is great. I like the artwork. The music is cool. And it's absolutely, completely school appropriate. I will warn you though, even if you play those with your own kids, they're really young, especially younger grades. If you decide to do this, kids might cry. I'm just going to put it out there. Kids might cry. Let's see if I can remember. I have played through this game several times. You gotta bark and your little guys will... The one weird thing about this, there is this, like, filter aesthetic to it where it always looks like it's foggy. Ooh. Alright. Now, there are a couple bugs. And one of the bugs in the game being... Come on, and you gonna eat that? One of the bugs being that you can't pick up food. Oh, come on now. Oh, can I not get through there? Someone eat that. No? I don't think I can walk through this with that. Let me see. It won't let me through. Oh, I found a bug already. I'm gonna have to restart. This game is a little bit buggy, by the way. There was one bug I found where you couldn't... You have to go this way. I couldn't pick up food. Oh, that's right. I have to take it and I have to give it to that guy. Okay. Alright. Pick up the food. It won't let me go. Okay, it's not a bug. I just didn't play the game right. I forgot that the first thing you gotta do is feed your little guy here. Alright, come here. There you go. Whew. They change color when they start not feeling well. There we go. Success. Success. Now, one of the other interesting things about this game is it's based on, of course, the European badger, which is omnivorous. The American badger is a carnivore. And that's an interesting thing to talk about with your students as well. How different badgers can be different in what they eat. And whether it's a... All right, I am going to actually... Can I change the controls on this? Oh, here we go. All right, well, it's not letting me... Yeah, it doesn't let me change the graphics. So, you're going to miss these sides on my ultra-wide. So, an interesting difference there between the two badgers. Your goal is to get through the entire game with your entire badger family. And it's a game where they don't tell you that's what your goal is, but you can kind of figure that out based on, you know, what's happening. Yep. And, you know, one of the things that, you know, it's preferable to actually take your kids outside, right? I would want to actually hit nail a little bark in return. You know, ooh, look at that. Sorry, shift. Even though you already showed that you could do this already. Oh, pick it up. Yum, 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 yum. Yeah, it's preferable to always take your kids outside, but in reality, you can take your kids outside and never really see much. Sometimes I take my students outside and that one got it. I see all kinds of stuff, right? I'll see different birds, I'll see squirrels, but rarely do you see predators, right? You might see a hawk. But you're not going to hopefully see a fox. Hopefully you won't see a bear or a wolf or, you know, a lot of these, you know, predators you're not actually going to see. Hold on, what did you say? And it easily became boring because of the cons of online school. Oh, God, yeah. Yeah. I mean, I did this before it was cool. No, I did this before. All right, did I get that one? No. All right. Go get it, kids. Eat it up. You know, but ideally, you know, you do have that experience outside. But when I use this in class, guess what? It's like January or February, and it is 10 below outside Fahrenheit. Nobody's going outside. All right. I don't want to go outside, and it's not safe. And so this is a great alternative if you're not actually going to be able to get to go outside. Come on. Let's go. Eat up, kids. Let's go, kids. I got all 5 of my my kids are still there. Good job. Eating up. All right, so far we've had like, what is that, like a radish or a turnip thing? I've had some apples. There's a frog around here too. If you're quick enough, you can catch them. I can hear buzzing of insects. Yum 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 nom 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 nom. And the little badgers in this are so cute. I mean, good God. Little squishy butt. All right. Here's another apple over here. Now, I'm like eating a lot, and this is what the kids will do. But you really don't need to eat an awful lot in this game. But right when I say that, usually everybody starves. It's pretty linear gameplay. You can get lost, but it's kind of hard. Is there one that's not getting food right now? There you go, that one. Eat up, kid. Don't fall behind. You know what? The technical problems were not just on like the student's end or the teacher's end or even the district's end. I mean, Google itself and YouTube went down. All right. So there's a lot of grace here. It's like everyone was trying to do a lot with technology that was never done before, essentially. And by the way, this is not actual badger behavior. I don't think badgers actually headbutt trees. We talk about that. I mean, I did a bunch of research when planning this lesson on badgers, and I didn't come across anything that said that European badgers headbutt. Man, I forgot how good this game was. But yeah, but definitely some teachers were more prepared than others. I mean, I was fortunate in that, you know, I have always been a bit tech savvy, hence here I am, you know, streaming on Twitch. You know, whereas there are teachers that had only used their computer for grades and email. You know, that was it. It wasn't a tool for teaching and learning. You know, I know teachers, and you probably know teachers, where that was the case. Okay, this is where I am getting lost. Where do I have to go now? I have to go up this way, I think. Up the mountain. And you can beat this game in like 45 minutes, I think. I think that's what I've done it before, because I timed it. But when I did it in class, we played about 20 minutes a day. I let 2 kids play. You know, one for 10 minutes, another one for 10 minutes, and we allotted it. I mean, if you have a computer lab and you can get the game for every kid, that'd be great. But if you notice, there's no... other than the titles and the brief instructions, there's no writing, right? It's a great shared experience, and that's one of the things I consider a good shared experience. Ooh, watch this. See if I can catch it. Yeah! Gotcha. Yes, we are omnivores. Yep. Yep, and that's a behavioral. The kids, if they're really up on it, they can count that as a behavioral adaptation. The pouncing, as well as the headbutting trees. A really good game for behaviors is Subnautica is actually really good because a lot of the alien creatures in that game, they've actually programmed in little behaviors, and they kind of include it in the plot even. So it's really cool. You've seen me stream that before too, so that's no big deal. I'm right here. Get your butts up here. God, stop lagging behind. Jeez, taking forever there. Sometimes there's that one greedy one that always tries to eat it. And that's a good thing to do the kids that I don't do enough of, that I wish I had. By the way, badgers kick ass. You can catch the fox and eat it. It runs away from you, but you could... I have caught it before. It's kind of tough to do. But that activity I was saying, where you just sit in one spot outside for a very long period of time. Right, it's a behavioral adaptation. The headbutting of trees, even though it's not something badgers actually do that I could figure out. Now, the interesting thing about animals, though, with animal behavior is how much of a behavior is actually ingrained, right? How much of that behavior is actually developed genetically, like they have it. Let's see if I can get it. Yep. I got it. Yes. Come, my children, feast. Feast. Look at that. That's what I'm talking about. Right, but how much of it is taught behaviors? So, and that's one of the things that, you know, and I probably don't need to tell you this, but that's what behavioral ecologists will often do, right? You go out and you watch animals, or you breed them, and you determine what it is that's behavioral and that's genetic, and what is taught, because some behaviors are actually taught. Yes, much of this game is you feeding your hungry family. Apples for you, sir. So, see how many interesting biology conversations you can have while playing this game? It's amazing how a seemingly simple game can foster a lot of discussion. There's probably parts of this game I haven't even, like... What? Come on. I'm not going to tell you how I did the first time playing this game. I'll just say it wasn't very good. I was not a good mommy. I think it was funny when we did it in class. You know, the kids were commenting how, like, the one guy was a better mom than the one girl that was playing. Because one kid was really into it. He's like, I want to keep my babies alive. They're gonna live. Oof. By the way, yeah, nature, red, and tooth and claw. You do not want to make mistakes here. Whew. The goal is to get to that pink tree. Oh my god. This is particularly scary on my ultra wide, I will say. Patience. Go. Hence the title of the game, Shelter. Thing is, I hate not being able to know where the babies are. Thing is, I forgot some of the... There's, like, secret ways to get through this. And I've forgotten what some of them are. Come on, I can hear them. Yep, there they are. Alright, there's this little tunnel over here. Yes! Hurry up, little ones! Come on! Yay! Alright. Alright, let's see if we can... Uh-oh. Oh, it got one. I think it got one. I think it got one. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Nope, it didn't get one. Thank God. Oh. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Yeesh. There's one gap left. And go. All right. Wow. All right, we survived the eagle. That was that scared the crap out of me. No, not literally. This chair cost too much to actually scare the crap out of me. Uh-oh. The many perils that befall. You guys aren't having me hydrate. I don't have to hydrate. By the way, I'm very close. I got only a few followers left. I'll get to 500 followers. Appreciate everyone's support. Oh, no, if you thought that last level was a little nerve-wracking, oh my gosh. This is like... Oh, you can't run in this one. Well, you can, but they like to run. There's like a crack, and then they run away from you. In this one, you can't. It's not terribly hard to stay online, but it's... You can get turned around in here. Yes. Gotcha, frog. Oh, this is so scary. You just can't let them leave your sight. Because if they run off... Yeah, well, you don't want to know what happens. It's not good. So it's kind of linear, like I said. You can usually figure out what you're doing, where you're supposed to go. There are a couple parts here where I get turned around. I got a pretty good sense of direction. By the way, here's some other food over here. It's like a carrot, I think. Remember that. Because this is where I think you go up this way. Oh, it's so... The sounds and stuff so spooky. No! Where'd you go? Oh, I got stuck. No. I can't find them. Where'd they go? Oh, I lost one. God dang it. Oh. I got like stuck in there. Well, in consolation, it's easier to feed 4 than 5. I think I might get stuck up here though. And that's like the other... Can I keep going up this way? Yes. Okay. Good. Because you're kind of following the stream here, I think. No. Little radishes for him. You know, it's the type of thing where, like, you can't lose a life now. Because that one, they turned and they ran the other direction. Alright, now we gotta turn this way. This is actually one of the... This level I really don't like. It does take some practice to get through it. And it's scary. Where'd they go? Oof. So when they turn and they run the other direction, oof, it scares the bejesus out of me. Come on, little guys, let's go. We got this. Keep playing. See if we can survive with as many of these babies as possible. I like how the simplicity of the artwork and the styles of it are like, I just like it. You know, like, don't try to do too much. That guy's mad greedy. Nom 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 nom. Where's that frog? I'm gonna catch that frog. Gotcha. Yum, 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 yum. You gotta kind of keep them in your line of sight. Don't run off. Stay close to mommy. Come on. Close to mommy. I see some more food up there. Ooh. Got another frog. For the insatiable appetite of my kids. Oh, where'd it go? See, where did it go? Where did you go? That's what you get for running off. It's like the rest of them were here and that one like ran off somewhere. Oh, this level's so hard. We're almost done. I only got 3 little ones left though. Finally got some shelter here, some cover. Good. Trying to think if there's another one over here or not. That level is so difficult. It's all about knowing where the jump scares are. This one you can kind of... You have to avoid the raging river. That's a little bit easier to time it. I'll still probably... Someone will probably die again, but... I always think it's fun. It's like lava rain. But it's just... You ever see rain like this, though? In like during a sunset? Where the rain actually looks kind of red. I have seen this before myself. Alright, I do have to cross, and I think it might be here. Yeah, you gotta time it just right. Oh, they want their food. Okay, okay, okay. Alright, we're giving it to this guy here that's kind of peaked. Get over here, you numbnut. There you go. No, no! Get away from the edge of the water. You're gonna get drowned. Silly heads. There, come over here. Alright, I don't know how many badgers actually try to ford rivers like this, but... Come on, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up! Woo! Come here, foxes, I want to eat you. Come on! Alright, well, they're running away. Be the badger. I'll go up this way. Can we eat the butterfly? Nope, can't eat the butterfly. I don't see that fox. Oh, there's a fox. There it is. It's up there. I can still grab it and eat it. I'm quick and stealthy about it. There they are. My little ones. Eat up. Yep, just keep picking the food and eating it. That carrot there again. Carrot looking thing. Put up here, we'll see what this one is. When I first saw the fox and I played this, I thought it was like gonna eat me. Or eat my babies. I'm sure it would if it had the chance, but... Alright, I gotta ford the river again here. I don't know where those foxes went. Oh, there they are. But look at the fish jumping. See, I don't know if they're gonna... Woo! I don't know if that would take them away or not. Good job getting across that river, babies. Way to go. Have some radishes. Where'd it go? Oh, he ate it already. Dang. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Come on. Cross the river, hurry up. Come on. Whew. Whew. That was a close one. Now this is really hard, by the way. You've got to go up the river. Yeah, you heard me. You got to go up the river. This is... this is hard. And it helps to have done it before, but even so... I lost one. It's like, I don't know how you don't lose at least one baby coming up there. I mean, I've done it before. I'm just not sure what I did differently when I did it. Anyways, thanks everyone for tuning in to Science Streams. Hanging out here tonight. Playing at Shelter 1. There's also Shelter 2, where you're a lynx. Shelter 3, you're an elephant. And Shelter 3 actually was just released this past spring. So, I will be playing that at some point in the future as well. So, look for that in Science Streams later. I have already gotten it on Steam, but I haven't played it yet. I want to play it with you guys first. Whammo. Alright, where do I go? That's the question. This is one of those times when it's not clear to me where I go. Okay, that's interesting. Oh, I gotta cross the river again. Oh. Where are you going? Oh, get off of the river, you numbnut. We don't know if it's safe or not. It could look safe, and then all of a sudden, whoosh! Dead. Alright, anyways. Looks safe. By the way, this game is actually really challenging. You would think, oh, it's easy. Not necessarily. Alright, here we go. Let's see if we can survive the next level. Alright. Good job. Here is a natural disaster, or an unnatural disaster. A forest fire. Alright, so... I would love it if someone could... Ooh, let's see if we can grab this. Would clip any parts of this that look good to you. That'd be great. Here, have a rodent. Yummy. Nom nom. You got some fire there. Yeah, I know. You want this one too. You get away from the fire, you fool. It's all burning and stuff. Over here. Kids don't know what's good for you. Get yourself down here. Ah! The music in this game is great. It is simple, yet, like, aesthetics. Come on, little ones. Come on, little ones. Keep going. By the way, it's one of the parts where when you're... Oh, you got the fire and you got the eagle here. Where if you do play this game with little ones, it can be very traumatic for your littles to experience that death of their little badgers. So I don't... Oh. Ooh, okay, I see where we have to go, I think. And go! Got a little tunnel over here we might be able to get to. So get over here. Away from the vicious eagle. Alright, still got my 2 little ones. Oh, we got more eagle and fire over this way. Alright, now where are we going? Well, the middle just caught fire. Can't go that way. Try going along this way. Go, 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 go. See if we can get around this way. Alright, can't get out that way. Oh, there we're going. There's an opening over there. Let's grab this food. No, get over here. No! What are you doing? Get over here, you fool! What were you doing? Out in the open like that. I only got one. Get your... I really didn't want to lose another one here. The game becomes almost impossible to win at this point. Completely out of practice here. I will say one of the problems with this game, if you play it all the way through with students, would be their chances of winning not high. But if you play through it a second time, good. Alright. No one clipped my little badger getting eaten. Alright, this is where sometimes I will get lost. Trying to figure out which way to go. Well, I only got one to feed now, so... Alright, see, I have to find this little opening here that I could never... The first couple of times I played, I had trouble finding it. I don't know why. But I did! Wah! Get yourself away from the fire. Come on. Looks like we're getting out of the fire now. Here we go. Whew. I want to get you. Fuck. Oh, I almost got him. Okay, get yourself. Okay, okay. You want to eat? I gotcha. I gotcha. Gosh. Kids always gotta feed them. At least you eat something besides chicken nuggets and mac and cheese. Let's see. Over here. By the way, when I tried to choose Shelter as a game on Twitch to, you know, as a category, it would not let me. Shelter 2 and 3 were on there, but not Shelter 1. It had Shelter as a horror game, which I wasn't that before. Alright. Coming back down the other side of the mountain. And gotcha! Haha! And it's in the bushes there somewhere, and tall grass. That one badger pup is gonna eat away. Eat away. Anyways, I'm really close to getting enough followers here. Appreciate everyone's support. Almost up to 500 followers. It is a real joy and a privilege to have everyone watching that watches and supporting science. All right, here we go, everybody. Took a picture right there. And headbutt. Bonk. Nom 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 nom. And we're almost up to the final part of the game. We're almost up to the end game for this. Wait, you're not going to eat it? Look at that. Practically a full-grown badger now. He's got a taste for flesh. That's all he wants now. And... ah. Missed my opportunity there. Let's see if he'll eat one of these. Gunk. Have an apple. How'd you like it if someone picked your apples? Alright. Let's move. See if we can get that. It's running away. I don't know if I want to go that way or not. So trying to catch the foxes is kind of fun. Wunk. They're gonna hit it on the head. Oh, I do have to go this way. Here, have a whatever that is. Turnip? Yeah, I'm looking at you, fox. Get ya. Notice mom never gets to eat. So true, right? Alright. Which way do I go? Can't go this way. Okay. That's kind of blocked off. Guess I have to go down this way over here. Oh, you're right behind me. Finally learned. Well, you already knew, I guess. Looks like there's been some logging here. Interesting. This is where it gets hard, I think, up here. What the? There's no shelter. No! See? Lost. I have no babies. None of my babies survived. What? Come on, keep going. Where's the opening? There we go. By the way, it's very hard once you get to this part to live. Because they've cut down all the trees, so there's less shelter. Is what they're alluding to, at least, I think. Okay, there's the eagle thing. And wait for it. There are like other tunnels. There's a tunnel under there, over there. The point is I could get to the other side. Uh-oh. Woo. Narrowly missed it. The badger mom at least needs to survive to maybe have another litter. At some point. Yeah, there's like no shelter out here. And by the way, the circle of life is a thing. Woo! You missed. Ah! No. No. I'm gonna lose. Well, even in the game where you lose, you win. No. Ah. I knew when I lost some of those babies that I wouldn't be able to make it. The big reveal at the end here, though. By the way, the only difference between winning and losing, when you win, you see a little badger run the rest of the way up the hill. When you lose, if there is losing in this game, I'm not sure. You'll see. Oh, they didn't show it. Maybe it's at the end. Thank you, wonderful people who made this game. You know, all the textures and stuff in this game are so cool. Well, we did not manage to... It does take practice to survive this game with your badger babies. I have done it before. Did not do it this time. Did not do it this time. We will allow the credits to roll here all the way through. In the awesome music. And let me know what you thought of the game. If you... had played it before or you're thinking of playing it, it's a good investment, I think, if you're a science person. Shelter 2 is similar, but different. It's much more of an open world, and you're a lynx. this time. And I found it a lot more challenging. This game, a few playthroughs and I kind of, had it figured out. It didn't take long at all to beat, obviously. Did it in one stream to get all the way through the game. But all friends who helped us test the game. And there's, of course, in the second one, because of that open world format, it takes a little bit longer to go through. And all mothers, see that? It takes a lot longer to get through the game and explore everything. And kind of this one, there wasn't much to do, but now here we go. The circle of life. And fade to white. Well, that is the game Shelter. And we'll let the music keep playing in the background there. And I hope you enjoyed that playthrough. And of course, as we were playing, or as students play, they will be filling in this Frayer model, this graphic organizer, with the pertinent information to go along with it. Now, some things we can discuss at the end of this. What type of things, based on your Frayer model, what type of things did they have for food? What were the hazards? What was in the environment? What are the adaptations? And these are actually things you can do at the end of each day. I would do it in 3 segments. Don't try to do it all in one day. Where did all the energy originally come from? Right? This is all about energy transfer in the ecosystem. So, where did that energy come from originally? They're supposed to say the sun. See what kind of organisms they can identify. And you can ratchet these up and down as far as what your expectations are if you're doing with littles or if you're doing middle school or high school. And talk all about, relating to energy and energy movement through the ecosystem. Right, and talk about what we should be going over certain words like herbivore, carnivore, omnivore, predator, prey, all of these types of words. And what I want to discourage you from doing as a teacher is just having them memorize a vocab list or write out vocabulary. This should be part of a discussion where we're using these words. And they should be encouraged to use these words in the discussion. Often they'll be searching for a certain term, and you want them to use that term correctly. Okay. The next part of this is as part of a culminating activity, and this is, you can think of this as a formative assessment, where we actually have them apply their knowledge, the application stage of blooms, if you will. And I have a whole bunch of pictures, and we do a energy pyramid, right, with producers on the bottom, primary, secondary, and then tertiary consumers, also called apex predators. Using these same pictures, we also set up a food web. And you can have them do this digitally as well. I have this here, and let me actually zoom out. Oh, not in, out, numbnut. There we go. And so here we have, right, I have a hawk, frog, fox, badger, radish, and turnip. They drag these onto here, and they can do this digitally. as well as do this on the wall. I like to use my wall space. I have a big open wall that I leave free so we can just put stuff on, you know, tape, and we can just move it around as we're working on it. That's what we did here. This is just on a wall, right? And this is an activity we can do. And you can do the same thing if you want to just put a pyramid, you know, put that pyramid on here, the energy pyramid, and have them drag the different organisms into that as well. The heck? All right, now all of a sudden it's all screwed up. Oh, it's at 200. Weird. All right, anyways. And so future ideas that I've had, and I've had these for a while, use shelter 2 or 3, right, in the class. It would be a lot harder, but I think if you gauge your class, I could see doing it maybe together with shelter 1 and then having them do it again with shelter 2, possibly, or have that be an extension activity that someone could do. Using wildlife camera footage to make food webs and energy pyramids. You could use your own wildlife camera footage or some made available to you through other means. I will say I tried using wildlife camera footage locally. I did it for almost a whole year. I got pictures from one location for almost an entire school year. Captured 1 fox as far as like predators. The other thing, squirrels and deer. Yeah, so you're going to get a lot more variety in a game, obviously, because it's set up that way, than using, you know, wildlife camera footage, unless you have a large assortment of animals to choose from. I like the idea of designing your own game using an animal of your choice. Now, this is a good suggestion. Like, they did 2, they made 3. All right, they used a lynx, they used an elephant. What would you use? You know, what animal would you say would make a good game? And have them think about and design their own game. What would be the predators? What would be the challenges? What would be the levels for doing that? Okay, and lastly, I wanted to apply this to the you know, to the 5E model because it is my go-to model for teaching. And so we have the engage, explore, explain, extend, and evaluate. The engage, you know, ask them about the animals and plants around them. Explore, play shelter, right? Make observations, ask the questions, explain. And by the way, the engage here, just telling them that they're going to play shelter is the engaging part too. But you should have some kind of phenomena to really launch that off as well. And I'm not going to tell you which phenomena to use, but there's plenty for food webs and things to look at. Extend to categorize those organisms in the different groups, right? That's what we did with the pyramid and the web. And then finally, the evaluate. Look at the construction that they made. Okay, and we did categorize as well. I didn't show you that piece where I gave them all the animals and plants, and well, I had them sort of as animals and plants. I took all the animals and we sorted them as carnivores, omnivores, and herbivores. We also sorted them predator-prey. And this is where we practice that vocabulary piece, just having those things to practice the categorization. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed learning a little bit about shelter. You know, we didn't end up being able to save our babies, unfortunately. But we did explore shelter again, and encourage you to go through the shelter series. They're good games. They're excellent games. And if you have any other questions, I will entertain that now as well. You could ask them at any point, but Happy to have you here today. Glad everyone can join us talking about shelter. And in preparation for next week, right, we have our game study, coming up. All right, I'm going to be going through different games every week. So next week we have lined up Red Planet Farming and Surviving Mars, 2 games. I've used Red Planet Farming in class. Surviving Mars, I haven't, though I've been tempted, but I'm still thinking about ways I could get that to be used in class. So your feedback on that would be most excellent, to help talk me and give me ideas. I'd love to hear what it is that you want to talk about. And then on the 14th we have Beyond Blue, which is basically Subnautica, except not on an alien planet and not crafting. So that's what we have lined up so far, and I have a whole assortment of other awesome games that we're going to look into to play, and look at maybe using them as ed tech in a classroom. And glad you could be here tonight, and appreciate all your time, and I will catch you later. Keep sciencing.